faces will know who I am, 'cause I'll be a superstar. Flashing lights and cover pages. All these faces will know who I am, 'cause I'll be a superstar. Did you see me in the magazines? Tell me, what did you think of me? I'm a celebrity. Don't you know, yeah, I break all the rules, but I figure that's what stars are supposed to do. Just 'cause we're super cool. Don't you know, whatever time of day, be sure to find me in my designer shades. That's how I operate. Don't you know, if I had to do this all again, I wouldn't change anything. The ladies love me and
good morning to you, dear listener out there. It's another Monday, and it's your darling program, Business Diet, on Wells Radio, 89.3 FM. Alafin Avenue, Oluyole Estate here in Ibadan. We are your number one family radio station in the city, and we guarantee you very clean and awesome content here. You can be sure that very clean and fair language will be used to pass messages across. So we charge you to let your children, your words, and even you can feel safe with us as we sail through the days. Now, this week on Business Diet, as usual, we are going to have the business and economic news, and then the analysis. And if time is left, we are going to advise one another regarding how to sail safely in this economy. We thank God. Well, Nigerian government is saying that, whether the people are feeling it directly yet or not, the economy is improving. Well, I know that by the time the bucket is full, it will trickle down. And you and I will be major beneficiaries because we are citizens of this country. We weathered the storm together when the drought was much. And now as the ground gets wet, we are going to reap the reward together by God's grace. Amen. So, I urge you to stay tuned as we go. And the first segment is the news aspect. So now let's go to the news. First, the airlines. Discourse criticize FG's free meter plan. Commissioner warns of mounting population strain on Lagos. $11 billion at risk as skills shortage outpaces Nigeria's tech growth. Discourse criticize FG's free meter plan. Electricity distribution companies Discourse have expressed reservations over the directive by the Minister of Power, Adebayo Adelabu, that prepaid meters should be provided free to all categories of customers. Operators who spoke on condition of anonymity described the directive as largely political and said it failed to reflect consultations with key stakeholders, particularly meter installers and service providers. On Thursday, the federal government barred electricity distribution companies and meter installers from collecting any form of payment for meter installation, warning that any official or installer found extorting customers will be prosecuted. Adelabu issued the warning during an inspection of newly imported smart meters at APM Terminal, Apapa, Lagos. According to the minister, the meter were procured under the World Bank-funded Distribution Sector Recovery Program and are to be installed by customers for customers at no cost. He stressed that any demand for payment would constitute an offense. The meters are to be installed and distributed to customers free of charge. Nobody should collect money from any customer. Any such act is illegal, Adelabu said. He added that all electricity customers, irrespective of their service band, would benefit from the free meters scheme, noting that the initiative would improve billing accuracy and revenue collection in the power sector. However, discos operators argue that while the meters are being described as free, the cost would ultimately be borne by distribution companies over a repayment period of up to 10 years. They maintain that under such circumstances, discos should not be solely responsible for cost of installation. Customer warns of mounting population strain on Lagos. The Lagos State Commissioner for Physical Planning and Urban Development, Dr. Oluyinka Olumide, has warned that Lagos is grappling with intense urbanization and population pressure. The commissioner made this known during an on-site assessment of informal spaces along corridors of the state, beginning with the Lekki-Ajah exits, as part of efforts to ensure orderly, safe, and sustainable management of such spaces. In a statement issued by the Public Affairs Officer 1 of the ministry, Kamal Lawal, Olumide said the inspection underscored the state government's resolve to reclaim and properly manage informal spaces. He noted that the government was deliberately taking control of these areas to reposition them in line with global best practices and bring them up to the standards of other major cities around the world. $11 billion at risk as skill shortage outpaces Nigeria's tech growth. Nigeria's fast-growing digital economy is facing a mounting skill deficit that could put an estimated $11 billion in annual industrial revenue at risk, industry experts have warned. The shortage of skilled manpower also threatened the country's ambition to raise the information and communication technology (ICT) sector's contribution to gross domestic product (GDP) to 21% by 2027. Despite continued growth in ICT output, emerging data and industry insights indicate that the supply of industry-ready talent is falling far behind demand. This widening structural gap, experts say, poses a risk to sector productivity, investor confidence, and long-term value creation. At a one-day public hearing organized by the Joint Senate and House of Representatives Committee on ICT and Cybersecurity on the National Digital Economy and E-Governance Bill 2025, the Minister of Communications, Innovation and Digital Economy, Dr. Bosun Tijani, said the ICT sector, which accounted for about 16% of GDP in previous year, has now grown to nearly 19%. Tijani added that the federal government is targeting a 21% GDP contribution from the digital economy by 2027, in line with broader goal of building a $1 trillion economy. That ends the business and economic news. Now, dear listener at home, we want to urge you to be part of the conversation as we go to analysis. We would like you to call us, and the studio lines to call are 0916 893 1000. Another number, 0915 333 4893. and the last number 091133333893. Now, let's pick on the news items one after the other. Discourse criticized FG's free meter plan. Well, it's been an issue. This issue of meter is as serious as the issue of electricity supplies to us. Well, in Nigeria, epileptic power supply still remains an issue, a very serious issue for that matter. Of course, we know that those on Band A, they have better story to tell in terms of the hours, how many hours they have light per day. Some will say that they have up to 20 hours per day, but then that is the luxury of the rich. Well, we know that industrial estates, industrial areas enjoy the value of that they derive from the Band A set. Now, but the issue of metering largely affects the commoners, the individuals in our houses. Okay, for instance, let me use myself as an example. I have the old meter, and I've been jostling to get the new meter so that I will have it more convenient. I'll be able to operate it in a comfortable way rather than having to visit the IBEDC office all the time. Well, it's been an uphill because getting the new meter is a big deal. It is as serious or as difficult as passing through the eye of the needle. That is the experience I have. I wouldn't know what your experience is. You can call us in the studio to tell us your experience or even to talk about the story as it is. Well, I say that for me, my experience says that getting the new meter is like a camel passing through the eye of a needle. That is having something very, very difficult. Well, I don't know what your experience is, but here we have a cheery news from the minister, Adelabu, that says that these meters should be free. But the discourse are not happy about this. They are criticizing that statement by the minister, saying that, well, the cost of installation and other factors considered would not enable them to give out the meter to customers free of charge. Now, what do you think about that? You can call, and the numbers to call had been dictated to us. I will move to the next story because time is not really on my side. I don't want to dwell too much on a story because I have 3 stories to go, after which we have other things also to talk about. Now, Commissioner warns of mounting population strain on Lagos. Lagos, that's the center of excellence in Nigeria. That is, it used to be the capital city, the capital of Nigeria, but as the capital was moved to Abuja, we have Lagos still playing its very important role. When you talk of the value-added tax, VAT, the bulk of it is generated in Lagos, and that is thanks to the commercial importance of Lagos. Lagos being a coastal city, Lagos being former capital city of Nigeria, you can take that status away from it, and you can take that the value that it adds to the economy of the country from it. Yeah, that is the major attraction, and you have people trooping down to Lagos. And Lagos being a coastal city it has a limitation regarding how wide Lagos is. Now, the concentration, the population is concentrated at the center, and there is no opportunity to expand. Now, the pressure is on Lagos. That is what the Commissioner for Physical Planning and Urban Development, Dr. Oluyinka Olumide, is saying. He has raised a warning. He warns that Lagos is grappling with intense urbanization and population pressure. I think what that news is saying that Lagos is grappling with the issue of population explosion, and then you have a situation where the infrastructure that is on ground is not sufficient to cope with the ever-growing population. Well, the question that I have is that I remember the story of China. China opened up some city. I remember this. I can still recollect the city of Yokohama in China. It's a coastal city. It's a very beautiful city. It was a city that was developed as China was expanding. Nigeria, we have a situation where we have so many underdeveloped cities. We have so many underdeveloped towns, urban centers. Now, is it Lagos alone that we have that has the coastal benefit that offers the coastal benefit that we have in Lagos? We have Port Harcourt, we have Calabar, we have other cities in Nigeria that offers the advantage of the coastal layout. Now, I think the government of various states can also latch on the opportunity of population explosion that Lagos is experiencing to develop. I remember our governor Seyi Makinde, he said that Ibadan, Oyo State, is going to latch on the opportunity of its proximity to Lagos. I wouldn't know how far the governor has realized this dream, but I want to say that Ibadan is here. We are just about 140 kilometers away from Lagos, and we can take advantage of that. What do you think that should be done? You can call us. Don't let's remain silent in the midst of challenges that we are facing. We are here to advise the government at various levels. At the federal level, we are to advise the state governments and the local government councils. Yes, let us look at ways by which we can latch on the advantage that population explosion and other variables in Lagos offer. Now, I want to particularly challenge the government of Ogun State, Oyo State, and Ondo State, even Osun. Let's see how we can take advantage of population explosion that is being experienced in Lagos. Make your own state attractive, and then you will see that people will come over. Now, pressure is making people we have a spillover of that effect on Ogun State, where communities like Aretbo, communities like Mowe, communities like such communities where people are going to, because Lagos is getting so overpopulated. Then we want to also challenge the government of Lagos State to create more infrastructure to meet up with the ever-growing challenge of population in the state. And by the time this is done, well, there will be lesser pressure on Lagos, and other states would have reaped the benefit of what Lagos offers. Now, the last story reads $11 billion at risk as skills shortage outpaces Nigeria's tech growth. Technology is a super highway. Nigeria's fast-growing digital economy is facing a mounting pressure because we don't have enough skill in this area. And the bad side of it, the lamentable part of it you will agree with me is that in Nigeria, they will say that there is employment problem. Engineer, you will agree with me that in Nigeria, people are lamenting that there is unemployment on high scale. And here we are talking about the challenges being faced in the Nigeria tech world. Yes, our dear youth out there, you are saying that after graduating in the university, there is no job. Why don't you look at this story? Why don't you look at the Nigeria tech world? Why don't you latch on the opportunity, the big market that is there? And they are saying that there is skill shortage and Nigeria is losing a lot of funds in this regard, as much as $11 billion. That is whooping sum of money. And I want to challenge the unemployed youth to just go learn AI, artificial intelligence, go learn website development, go learn all these data fields in the tech area. Go and learn all that, and then check it out whether you will have any complaint about you got no job or you got a job. Up till now, it is funny that people will say that it will be funny when people are surprised that you can be sleeping and making money. I bet with you, there are times I sleep and I make money. People work and then I get my own commission from it. We can take this advantage and it will be less of complaint. Rather than complain, you can really develop yourself. The way to go is for you to look at, okay, this said that there are opportunities. If you want to take advantage of this story and this reality, yes. No, don't let me say this story. If you want to take advantage of this reality of the space that is there on field in the tech world, you can also call us in the studio, and I am going to open your eyes to one or two things that you can do to generate money. The numbers to call before I go are 09186 893 1000, 0915 334 893, and the last one 0911 3333 893. It is on this note that I want to call it a day on Business Diet this week edition, but I won't say that until I say a big thank you to the management of Wells Radio 89.3 FM, Oluyole, Ibadan. I want to also say a big thank you to my producer, Toluwaleke Ale. I want to say a big thank you to our engineer in the house, a big brother for that matter. Oh, I remember that last walk. Well, I want to say have a beautiful rest days of the week as we go. Until next week when we meet on another edition of Business Diet, I remain your dear friend on the radio, Akinwale Aboluwade. Cheers.
If I had to do this all again, I would change